Howdy everyone, and welcome back to another weekend episode of Cooking with Mary Sue. Before we begin, I want to remind everybody to please hit the like and subscribe and share down at the bottom. And I'll have links down below to my other channels. There's Brother Claude Reflects, my husband's channel, Susie Q Knickknacks, my resale channel for eBay, and Garden in the Delta. And there's a link to my eBay store below. And I'll probably post a link, or will post a link to my new website that advertises my book here. The book I had written and published a few months ago by Christian Faith Publishing House, Awesome Adventures of Miss Kitty and Her Woodland Friends. It won a Pinnacle Book Achievement Award this past summer. And I have a website now for it. The website is called Animals, Lifts, or Spirits. It tells you about the book on the website and gives you the little details. And it has a little button on it that says buy now, and it takes you right to the Amazon page to buy it. Okay, today on the video I'm going to do another breakfast special because it's been a while since I've done a breakfast treat, and I love breakfast specials. We probably have a breakfast about 2 times, at least 2 nights a week during the week. Usually Friday night and some other night maybe. It's quick and easy. Throw a breakfast together. It's yummy and tasty. And I'm going to let y'all join me on this adventure here, because this is a quiche, a type of quiche I've never made before. And the simple fact that you're seeing this video means it came out good. If it had not come out good, I probably wouldn't post this video. So, I'm going to make one using hash, corned beef hash from a can. I did a little research this week on quiches. I looked them up and started reading about them just to refresh my memory. It's been a while since I made one, and I learned all kinds of interesting facts. For one, there are just dozens and dozens, probably hundreds of different types of quiche. No two are alike. A quiche is basically a pie shell, an open-faced pie shell, has no top on it. You fill it with any type of meat you want to fill it, veggies, and then cheese, and then egg base. Usually egg and milk mixed together. Or you could do one without meat and just make a veggie quiche, either way. And also, I learned, I don't think I've done this before, but you can make a quiche without a pie shell. You just put your filling all in the pie plate, cook it, it gets nice and firm. You can just slice it like that without a pie shell. But really, come on. Who doesn't want pie shell? I don't have any reason to eat a pie shell. And another little fact I learned about reading about quiche is it's very divided opinion among everybody whether to pre-bake your shell or not to pre-bake it. About 50-50 of all the ones I read. Some do it and some don't. And most of them say it really doesn't make any difference if you do or don't. I decided to pre-bake mine. You can call it pre-bake, par-bake, or blind bake. It all means you just cook it a little bit ahead in the oven until it gets golden brown, and then you fill it, and then you put it back in the oven to finish cooking your filling. One thing, your fillings in a quiche should be already cooked. Your meat should always be cooked. Your veggies don't matter, they'll cook in the oven. The only thing not cooked is your egg, and that's the reason you put it in the oven, just to cook the egg base so it gets nice and firm. Yeah, I think the hash is going to be really good. Now to bake one of these, pre-bake it, what you do is you put some type of weight in there called pie weights. I bought these a while back on Amazon. They look like little round white pieces of candy sort of, but they're little, I don't know what they're made of, but they're like beans. If you don't have pie weights, you can use a bag of dry beans or a bag of rice. Just spread the rice on there. And another good thing to use as a weight is sugar. I learned that by reading up on quiches. I did not know you could use sugar in there. And don't make the mistake I did. Before you put the weights in the shell, you should put a layer of aluminum foil and then the weight. That way, when you take it out of the oven, you can just lift up the foil and take the weights out. I forgot my aluminum foil on this, and I had to take out all those weights by hand with a little spoon. It took quite a while. So don't forget to put aluminum foil down before you do your pie weights. The weights help the pie crust while it's cooking, because it is cooking it in the oven empty, nothing's in it. You don't want the bottom to bubble up and get holes all in it and bust. So you should put the pie weights on there and even make some little holes with the fork to let the air in so it doesn't bubble up. Now I have the pie shell done. What else? I'm going to start out by putting a little cheese on the bottom. I'm going to mix my cheeses. If you know me for a while, you've been watching, I like to mix different flavors of cheese. I'm going to use a Mexican style on the bottom and a sharp cheddar on the top. Okay, I thought you were open. You're not open. Well, we were open these right now. Come on, right, open. There we go. Okay. I'm just gonna spread this around. Just put a little bit of layer all around there. Okay. And I know hash has a little bit of potatoes in it, but I'm going to add another little layer of potatoes just to help soak up all the egg in it. And to make this quick and easy, I'm using canned sliced potatoes. You could use dice either way, doesn't matter. I'm using the slice because I don't have any dice right now on hand in my cabinet. So I'm just using these. Just fine in this. You could use any type of hash browns. Frozen hash browns, thawed out would do good. But these are already cooked. You like to have most of your greens already cooked as much as possible in your quiche, except for the eggs. That's the only thing that goes in raw is the eggs. Now your veggies, if you want to put veggies like carrots or mushrooms, what else could you put in here? Broccoli, asparagus. Most of that doesn't really need to be cooked. It can cook in the oven while the quiche is cooking. The only veggie I'm putting in this today is a little bit of chives, just for flavor. I'm not going to put any other veggie in here right now, not this time. That's the fun about quiche. You can cook it so many different ways. You don't have to make it the same way twice. It's a very flexible dish. You can cook it a day ahead and serve it for a breakfast, a lunch, a brunch. I drain these potatoes a little ahead of time and I lay them on this paper towel to make sure all the water was out of them. I didn't want them to get too mushy. So I used the paper towel and spot dried them to get all the moisture out. Okay, that's it. Now, the hash. Now my hash is cooked. I cooked it a little while ago on top of the stove. Like I said, all your meat needs to be cooked, pre-cooked before you put it in the pie shell. I love corned beef hash. And I think 1 can would be enough. It better be because I'm going to cook 1 can. Like I said, you're watching me make this for the first time, so we're going to see how it comes out. I thought I'd let you go on this journey with me today. Experiment with me. There. That's already starting to look good. Okay. See there? Got that much done. Now your egg mix. And all the different quiches I read about, there's always an egg mixed with some type of milk. You could use, what do they use? You can use either half and half, or you can use heavy whipping cream, or whole milk, 2% milk. I'm choosing to use heavy whipping cream. And I'm just going to start using a half a cup with 4 eggs. That's another thing about the recipes. All different amounts of eggs. Some people use 3, some 4, some 6. I'm going to use 4. I want it to have a good egg taste to it. I'm not going to put a whole lot of milk in it. I don't want to get this to be too runny or thin. I want it to be kind of thick. Get my last piece of eggshell out of there. I don't really want eggshell in there. Okay, got that out. There. Now, like I said, just a half cup of my whipping cream here. Yeah, I got enough in here. Yeah, I do have. Oh, well, it's going to be the rest of that one. I just did have half a cup. I got some more in the fridge if I need it, but I don't think I'll need it. There. You could mix that heavy whipping cream with a little bit of 2% if you wanted to, but I'm not going to on this. I'm going to leave it like that. Just whisk it so it gets all blended. It's almost done. One more egg there. Okay. This will thicken up as it cooks and be nice and firm. You want your quiche to come out just a little bit jiggly, but not much. You're gonna put, before it comes out, you're gonna test it like with a toothpick in the center and see if it comes out firm and if not too juicy in the middle. Then you know the egg's done. That's good. That's good for that. Put that right there. And then we'll add more cheese to the top. I might make just a few little holes in this, just in the hash, just so the egg can kind of run down through it. I'll spread it all around real slow so it doesn't run over the edge. Let it drain down. Yeah, the 4 eggs are going to come out just right. Oops. Okay. There. I'm going to roll it around. Someone's going over the crust, that's okay, just a teensy-weensy bit. Going to add a little more cheese on top here. And I may add lots of cheese on top. I don't really measure, it's kind of eyeball how much I want to put on it. And I want to just about have this covered, I think, with cheese. All my egg mixture all around. A little bit more over here. There, that looks pretty good, I think. Like that, so I'll sprinkle a little bit of chives on it just for a little flavor and decoration and color. It looks nice. Now for the bigger bowl. Yeah, that's better. It wouldn't come out the little tiny holes. Oh, that's going to look good. It's going to taste good too. Okay. If you want to, you can add a little pepper to this if you like. I don't add pepper too much because I don't really like my food too hot. But I know my husband, he'll add a lot of pepper to this when he gets ready to eat it. Now I'm going to put it on top of a baking sheet to cook it. When I bake it in the oven, I usually put my dish on a baking sheet just to keep the oven a little cleaner. And it makes it easier to take it in and out also. That's much easier to take it out like this. It's a lot heavier and more firm. Gonna cook on, I've got it on 400. Gonna let it cook at least 30 to 45 minutes. In about 30 minutes, I'll come check it, see how it's doing. While it's in there, I'm going to clean up my mess here, and we'll be back to check on that in a couple seconds.